welcome back. How are you today? So today I feel inspired to share some of the chapters from I Am Light, I Am Dark, The Sole Purpose of the Soul, which was the last book that was published. On page 74, as I opened up, page 74 and 75 stood out. 74 is the end of chapter 8, which is the purpose of separation. So in this gorgeous chapter on page 74, it says the following. Finally, we are free to be human. Consequently, we can have all the emotions we desire, not to mention feel this world with our senses. To be human is divine, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Ultimately, being human is not about being perfect. You are already that. Not only do we come here to be imperfect, but we come here to make mistakes. Indeed, to make all the mistakes we can possibly imagine. We come here to be kind, loving, and caring, but we also come here to be unkind and cruel. Furthermore, we come here to explore the depths of fear and pain, guilt and shame, jealousy and envy. In other words, we come here to be all of it. I love this chapter. I love this whole book. This book blew me away until I started writing the next book. And then I thought, what? Just when I think I've got all the information and it can't get any better than that, you know, all of a sudden I'm delving into new information, thinking, wow, next level. It's like a video game. You know, you come in and there's the beginner levels and you start down here at the bottom with very basic skills. And then as you level up, because you've mastered those skills, what is revealed in the levels that come higher and higher and higher is just incredible. But I loved that information. Being human is not about being perfect. You are already that. Not only do we come here to be imperfect, but we come here to make mistakes. Indeed, to make all the mistakes we can possibly imagine. I love that. Absolutely love that. In truth, there's no such thing as mistakes. They're all the things that you were meant to go through. But through our human eyes, when we look at it from the perspective of the ego, of the separate I, from a human perspective, we call them mistakes. And to me, your human life is like a piece of music. When I sit with a student and we learn a piece of music for the first time, a piece they've never seen before, they make hundreds of mistakes, hundreds. We spend weeks trying to learn this piece of music. And they stumble and they start again, and they stumble and they start again, until they master that skill. Then we move forward. And as the grades progress, it gets harder. Life is the same. We make mistakes. We stumble, we fall, we get back up again. We make more mistakes. This is the symphony of life. The mistakes are necessary to complete this beautiful piece of music. And at the end, what you receive when the piece is finished, is a beautiful piece of music that you can enjoy. You see that all the mistakes that you needed to make to learn this piece were necessary. They were skills that you didn't have. And through each mistake, you gain the skill. You gain more skills with each mistake that you make. Life is so much like a piece of music. So much. The more I look at it, the more I realize that's what it is. And when you get to the end of your life, that is your symphony. A beautiful piece of music. You are the song. So today, with this beautiful video, the message from Spirit is for you to embrace every mistake. Every mistake has given you a skill. Perhaps in this lifetime you have perfected the skill of kindness. Perhaps in this lifetime you have perfected the skill of forgiveness. And if not, there will be many more lifetimes for you to come and complete that skill. We are under the illusion that we have this lifetime and this is all we have. That's just an illusion. That's why so many people they get to the end, they die with so much left unresolved. I've seen many of my uncles pass away with so much left unresolved, so much left unsaid. You know? And then I've seen beings that have left this world and they did everything they came here to do. And the celebration at the end of that life is beyond words. The joy that is felt when that person leaves this life and everything they came to do was completed is the most beautiful celebration I've ever seen, I've ever witnessed. But we come here to be it all. Like it says, we come here to be kind, loving and caring, but we also come here to be unkind and cruel. We come here to be all of it. It is our judgment that decides that being unkind and being cruel is wrong or it's bad. Love only sees perfection. Love understands that soul came here to know what it is to be unkind. How does it feel inside when you are unkind? And until you've been unkind and cruel to others, you will never understand how others are cruel and unkind. Going through that experience helps you to understand how others can do that, how others can be that, what it feels like to be cruel, what it feels like to be unkind, what it feels like to be selfish, jealous, envious, all the flavors of ice cream that we have to taste here on earth. We're under the conception or under the conditioning, I guess, that we come here to be the joy, to be the love, to be kind. That this is what we came here to be. But these are just 3 flavors of ice cream. Kindness, love, joy. Imagine you go to an ice cream shop and they have dozens of flavors of ice cream for you to try. But you've been told you're only here to try those 3. And yet God has given you dozens of flavors to try. What does it feel like to be filled with shame? What does it feel like when you feel guilty inside? What does it feel like when you're completely numb inside and don't want to feel anything? What does that feel like? What does it feel like when you're completely consumed with grief? What does it feel like to be completely consumed by fear? These are all things that we know in concept. We have all the information of the universe within us in our natural state. Our higher self contains all this information. But until you come here and you are these things, and you taste all these different flavors of ice cream, and you're not going to like all the flavors. Not all the flavors taste nice. But you don't know that until you try them. And that's what we're here for. To make all the mistakes. To fumble. To sit in the darkness. What does that darkness feel like? To wallow in sadness. What does that sadness feel like? To be riddled by guilt. What does that guilt feel like? These are all the things we come to experience on a human level. All the things your soul wishes to experience. What does it feel like? And so here you are at this point in your life. And today the message from Spirit is to look at all those things that you call mistakes. All the things you think were mistakes. And try to see what you gained from those mistakes. What have you learnt about yourself? Because it is never about others. It is always about you learning who you are, what you're capable of, what you can do. So this is what we encourage you to look at today. Look at all those moments that you feel in your heart. You think they were mistakes. And know within your heart that everything you've been through, you were meant to go through, to be who you are today. You were meant to taste the flavor of shame. You were meant to taste the flavor of guilt, envy, grief. How can you know what they taste like if you don't try it for yourself? Remember, it is all spirit. It is all spirit. And you are here to know yourself more fully, to turn all this information that is theory and concept in your system into knowledge and wisdom. This is the reason you are here. It's not to return to the love that we are. This was what I thought when I got to the end of you can change your past. That was the information that was coming through. And there are so many people that bring this information forward, that we are here to return to the love that we are. But you do this the moment you pass away, the moment you die. You return to the love that you are. You return to Source. You return to God. You do this anyway. Why would you need to do this here on earth? That is where you're going when you leave here. So what would be the purpose of returning to the love that we are here? Yes, you would see life very differently to how you view life with your human eyes. To see life through the eyes of love, the eyes of unconditional love, is a true blessing. But it is also a blessing to live your experience fully, to feel guilt completely, to feel shame completely, to feel sorrow so fully, knowing that this is the human experience you came to have, to know what that feels like. So know in your heart that the beautiful things you call mistakes in your life happened for you. They were meant to happen. They were part of your journey in this lifetime. They were part of this song that you're completing. And your song cannot be played perfectly until you've mastered all of those mistakes and you've learned those skills. All right, my beautiful beings. The mistakes are part of the process. We were never here to be perfect. It was the opposite. We are here to be completely imperfect, completely human. I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages. I love you dearly. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.